everybody, and welcome to another reading vlog. Happy mini Contemporaryathon weekend edition, day one. That's a very long sentence. How are you all? Hope you are all keeping well. Yes, your girl is going to try and attempt to vlog again. I'm not sure if it's going to be a good idea, but hey, we're going to try it. It is the long weekend of the mini Contemporaryathon set up by our queens Julie, Chelsea and Natasha. I will have all their channels linked below. And yeah, we're in lockdown, still in lockdown. There's not a lot going on, but should get some reading done, I hope. Let's see what happens this weekend, hey? Contemporaryathon weekend edition. Let's do this. So, when it comes to reading plans for this weekend, the girls have put forward 3 challenges, one of which is to read a short book that's less than 250 pages, one book that's is a fun book or is going to make you laugh, and the third one is, what's the colour on the cover, peach or pinky peach or orangey peach. So, I'm exaggerating the rules slightly on one of them. So I am currently reading, because I started it late last night, but I only got a little bit in. So I am currently reading Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. There goes my bookmark, damn it. Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I've been sitting on this for a while and I've been really intrigued to read it. I've started reading it. It's sassy as hell. It's so funny and it's so quite sexy. And I quite like it. So I've only read a little bit of this. This is where I'm exaggerating the rules. So peach on the cover, right? I know that's technically red hair, but I'm going to argue it's dark peach. So we're going to go for this one first. If I get this read, I am also, for the book that, like the fun book or book that's going to make you smile, I'm going to read, I have an e-arc, I'll put the cover here, of the companion novel, which is Take a Hint, Danny Brown, that comes out at the end of June. Chloe and Danny are obviously sisters, and they actually have a third sister, so I think there is going to be a third book at some point, but you actually get to meet the other 2 sisters in this, and Danny is seeming like a sassy motherfucker. So I'm very much looking forward to reading that. As far as short books go, I've got 2 potential ones. I've got, I started the audiobook yesterday of Long Way Down by Jaysen Reynolds, which I think is just over 250, but it's also quite short. I've just come across another book on my desk called All My Friends Are Superheroes. Which actually is less than 100 pages, so I might do that one, I don't know. As of right now, it is Friday the 22nd of May. I need to go back and do some more work, because I'm working from home at the moment. So hopefully I'm going to do some more work, finish work, do some reading, and then I'll check in with you later. Okay? See you later. Bye! If you don't think this is an absolute banger, and that it totally should have won Eurovision this year, we can't be friends.
Tell me anything and I'll listen.
Okay, so I had some parcels, so we're going to do a little bit of a mini unboxing. Well, I'm going to unbox them and then I'm going to show you what I've got. I know what this one is. I know what this one is because there's a sticker on the front. If you know, you know. This I know is May's Illumicrate. I get the book only option. The theme is monstrous. I have no idea what the book is. I've tried to read the blurb and everything, no idea. This is obviously from Redbubble, because nowhere else do you get a pack like that. And this little one here, I have no idea what this is. So I'm going to open them and then I'll show you what I got. Okay, so I have amazing stuff. I'm really happy. So the Amazon parcel was what I was waiting for. Yes, I am going in with this. It is a chunky book. So yeah, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the new Hunger Games prequel that came out earlier this week, I think it was. That's the naked hardback. Been loving that. I'm not going to read this yet, because Contemporaryathon, but it will be happening. My little grey parcel that I didn't know what it was, a lady I follow on my work Twitter called The Glittering Teacher is doing her own personalised stationery now, so I've got some really beautiful labels, and then I don't know if you can see them. There's me! So I've got one in that colour and one in that colour, which is amazeballs. When it comes to Redbubble, I have a couple of t-shirts, one of which I think is going to be huge. So I've got one that looks like this, and it's a really nice kind of maroon colour, so that's gorgeous. And my other one is one from, if you've not checked out the work of Risa Roddill, I don't say you pronounce your name, sorry Risa, please do. It's a Ben Platt Dear Evan Hansen one, which I adore, and I'm probably going to wear like tomorrow, so you'll probably see this in the vlog at some point. So they were from Redbubble. I'm also expecting a couple of wall tapestries as well. The other thing that I was like, I know what it is, which was this one, The Show Must Go On. This is raising money for Acting for Others and the NHS Trust. There you go. Thank you for your purchase. Don't forget to do us. We'd like to thank all the shows for their support. If you can get on and support these guys, please do. Theatre is just really taking a battering at the moment. Let me show you this. Oh, look at this. I'm trying to flatten it out so you can appreciate it. So, The Show Must Go On. And there's all the charities. But each of these letters is currently a show that's on in the West End, which I love. If you get that postcard back, you can probably work it out if I show you some of them. Should we see if we can do it? So, I would say Tina, Dear Evan Hansen, everybody's talking about Jamie, 6 because of the little crown, Hamilton, Book of Mormon, that looks like The Wicked, Matilda and Juliet, S, oh that could be Les Mis, that Les Mis, the T, the Lion King, oh no, G is going to be Lion King, isn't it? What's the T from? Let's have a look. Oh, T, Prince of Egypt, G, Lion King, O, Come From Away, other O is My Beloved Phantom of the Opera, N is from Mary Poppins. Do we have the blue exclamation mark? Oh, and the exclamation marks from Mamma Mia. So I'm really, really thrilled with that. So I'm going to try that on in a little bit as well. I didn't open the Illumicrate book. I thought we could open it together. So this is the May book for May. Like I said, I only get the book only subscription and I'm very happy with that. And this came literally today. So let's have a look at it. Ooh, I literally have no idea what this book is, so I'm really intrigued to find out with you guys. See if I can get this open with one hand. Okay, let's turn it upside down. Oh my god, it's not even going to come out its edge. Praise for Mark Lawrence. Ooh, what's this? I saw Mark Lawrence's name on the back. Ooh, now. The Girl and the Stars. Mark Lawrence. Oh, okay. I'm really... Right, firstly, I had no idea about this, but I know Mark Lawrence is someone that Sam over at Thoughts on Tome speaks of extremely highly. I think this is the first in a new series. Only When It's Darkest Can You See the Stars. Oh, author letter. Let me zoom in here so you can have a look. That's the one she read, Red Sister. Book 1 of the Book of the Ice. Ooh, I'm going to just take this slowly down so you can read it. Oh, yes. I knew about sprayed edges. The end pages are gorgeous. We've got a nice classic black and gold on the spine. Oh, we've even got like... we've got a double page author letter. Check you out, Illumicrate. Oh, that's really good. I'm going to read this soon. I really like the look of this. Fabulous work. Yeah. So lots of stagey and bookish kind of goodies and work goodies, but pretty glittery work goodies, which is what we love here. Yay! Hi, folks. It is later. Much, much later because I went up to lie in my bed this afternoon to read my book. Well, after I finished work. And I fell asleep. And it's now 9:15 in the evening. I've had no dinner, so I'm about to have some Ben & Jerry's cookie dough for dinner because it's lockdown, why not? But I did get some reading done before I fell asleep, so I should probably tell you what Get a Life Chloe Brown is about. I thought about this, I thought, have I explained what it's about? So you've got your main character, Chloe Brown, who is kind of a self-confessed, she's from a rich girl family. She's been spoiled her entire life. And right at the start of the novel, literally is like, Chloe Brown died today, is literally the first line. And you're like, what? And what it turns out to be is that she has a near-death experience. And in her own words, when she sees her life flash before her eyes, during this near-death experience, she sees nothing because her life has been so boring. She decides to remedy that because she's always lived at home, she's always lived the same life. And she creates her Get a Life list. So I think there's 6 or 7 things on it that she's determined to do to have a more interesting life. Not because she wants to or she needs to, because she wants, you know, if that ever happens again, to be able to see some more interesting things. The book then switches to a year, I think it's a year later, and she's got her own apartment now. You meet her sisters, Danny and Eve, and I think I said it earlier, Danny's a sassy motherfucker. I cannot wait for her book. And you see her interactions with her apartment block superintendent, Red. Now, he is kind of to me, he's a classic kind of biker stereotype. So he's really well built, wears his plaid, wears his leathers, has a motorbike that he rides everywhere, long kind of red ginger hair, I sense beardage. Now, on the surface, they hate each other. He, thinks she's a bit of a prim proper missy. She's like, ew. But they cope with each other and they banter to start with. But my God, they are low-key obsessed with each other. And it's Red, you see it from first, that, he's like, what, this girl is so annoying, but why can I not stop thinking about her? Why can I not stop having sexy dreams about her? And then Chloe's like, do I like him? Maybe I do like him. So the banter and the tension is like a 5-star chef's kiss at the moment. And you're like, oh Lord. Oh, she went there, he went there. But what Chloe kind of inadvertently decides, because Red has the motorbike, she decides to ask him to help her out on her list, so that he helps her out with the motorbike. There's a brilliant scene before that about her trying to rescue a cat from a tree. He helps her out with the motorbike, and because she's enjoyed it so much, more ways than one, she asks him to help her out with the rest of the list. Red is a budding artist, and she says, you help me with my list, I'll do your website for free, because he's trying to make something of himself with his artistry. And Red's like, I could pay you for it, and they're like, nah. So this is where I'm at. I'm nearly at the start of chapter 10, chapter 9, start of chapter 10. There is definitely more to Red than it lets on. There seems to have been some kind of really nasty relationship before, so he's got his own story. But the banter and the sexual tension between them is ridiculous. And considering one of Chloe's things on her get a life list is to have something like meaningless sex, you can see what's going to happen here. I really like it. The sense of humour is really funny. The sexual tension and the banter is brilliant. What I like as well, Chloe has, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this right, fibromyalgia. She has a chronic illness, an invisible illness, and I don't have any experience of that, but certainly what you're seeing about her character and kind of how that's represented, that's something I've never ever seen before, and I absolutely rate. I'm just really liking it. It's really, really fun. I can definitely, it's nearly 9 o'clock on the first night of mini Contemporaryathon. I can definitely see myself getting onto the Danny Brown, my arc of Take a Hint Danny Brown this weekend, because I'm absolutely flying through this. Yeah, loving it. And I've also just found, apparently, I should be having some more bookish mail tomorrow. It's winning it this weekend, totally winning it this weekend. That'll probably be it from me till tonight. I will check in with you tomorrow, which is Saturday the 23rd, and we'll get us some more fun reading things done. Night, folks. Well, good morning, BookTube. How are you? Mini Contemporaryathon Day 2. It is Saturday the 23rd of May. It's a little later than I wanted to start vlogging, but I've been busy this morning. I am wearing, remember that The Show Must Go On t-shirt I showed you yesterday? We got it going on today, round the boobies. Go in sports theatre support if you can. So I've been cleaning and tidying this morning, so the plan for this afternoon, I'm just about to have some lunch. Need to catch up on RuPaul's Drag Race because it was the reunion episode last night and I am here for it. Fingers crossed Jackie Cox for the finale. I don't know what I'm going to do. More reading, more sorting. I'm going to talk to you about, had the urge to go a bit Marie Kondo on my books earlier this week. And I'm talking like every single book I own. But I'll explain a little bit more about that later. But yes, lunch, Drag Race, reading. Well, isn't this a new, very unflattering angle? Look, there's my top. Isn't that me? Yay. What I wanted to mention is that I finished a book. I finished my first book. Yay! I finished Get a Life, Chloe Brown this morning. I've been awake since stupid o'clock. So I finished it this morning and I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. It is, the way I've described this to people is, it's just that perfect mix of sweet, steam and sass. So if you've watched my reviews before, you'll know one book I spoke about earlier this year that I really enjoyed. It was Bringing Down the Duke Baby Dumble, which is on my shelves. It's that kind of yellow book there. Oh, look at that. Now that was historical romance, then it was steamy and where, and in comparison, what I've said to people, particularly a good friend of mine who was like, tell me what you think of Chloe Brown, so I want to buy it. I said, this is kind of if Bringing Down the Duke was modern day, a little bit less steamy, because let's just be quite frank, Bringing Down the Duke is absolute filth and I was there for it. But actually raises some really important issues as well. I mentioned yesterday Chloe has chronic illness, fibromyalgia. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but she has chronic illness. There's issues with class, there's issues with society, there's issues with kind of rich versus poor and expectations. There's actually a very surprising turn of events where you speak a little bit about, or emotional abuse is kind of talked about as well. And two people just working through their shit, fancying the pants off each other but not being too stubborn to admit it. Their chemistry is to die for. Their chemistry is so to die for. It's unreal. And when, as you may have guessed, when they do get it on, they get it on. Talia Hibbert can write a very good steamy thing, let them know that. And one thing I didn't know, Talia Hibbert's British. Even better. Yes, so I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It has made me even more want to go on and pick up Take a Hint, Danny Brown this weekend, which I'm hoping to do, at least get it started during the Contemporaryathon, if not finished. But as far as today goes, I wanted to try and work on the challenge for shortest book. So that's either going to be Long Way Down by Jaysen Reynolds, or, and I still can't remember the author's name, I'll show you the book when I'm downstairs, All My Friends Are Superheroes, which is less than 100 pages. I might do both. I don't know. Because I have got tidying to do this afternoon, so I could listen to Long Way Down while I'm tidying. That might work. But yes, reading update. I finished a book. Yeah! Speaking of books, I would quite like to show off my very newly tidied bookshelves. Now, I have this one set of books. I have books all over my house. I own far too many books. Don't look at that part over there. But I've always had a bookcase behind me. It was the first one I got when I kind of started reading, and it's just always been used as a storage for books. Read, not necessarily read, but just on there, double packed. And it's never been. But I decided previously that while I had this whole bookshelf full of unread books, the books that I've read and wanted to keep, I just scattered around the house in dots. So quite frankly, I tidied my bookshelves, and now they're really pretty. And I'm going to show them off to you. Let me know what you think. My beautiful new bookshelves. Look at them, aren't they so pretty? Look! So these now are... these shelves now include every single book I own that I have read and I want to keep. I have attempted to do them in alphabetical order by surname, but it is very kind of wary to me that all the weight is on the top shelf there, because there's a lot of, I think, A to D's on there. There's a lot up there and not a lot down there. That's the Harry Potter shelf down there. Harry Potter and musicals. Because what you can't see just that shot is my Harry Potter box set. But what I can say for every one of these shelves, let's look at this one. Mia, what are you doing? We've got guests. Come on, child, stand up. I think she must have been down the tavern last night with Ashlyn. But all of my shelves are kind of double spaced like this. I'll give you an example of what you can see. This is my Nevernight shelf because obviously Mia. And I've got my paperbacks, Nevernight and God's Grave there. The hardbacks are down on the bottom. Show you some of the others. So these are just some of the books I've read. Oh, I should say, I love My Little Bluebird. This was when me and my mum a couple of years ago went to Norway, and we went to, what was the last city we went to? Bergen. And we went, this is kind of famed for its kind of cable car going up the mountain, and at the top it has like mountain goats keeping the grass down. But I bought this from the gift shop because it was like a beautifully sunny day. It was so much fun. We had such silly times. So it sits on my bookshelf to remind me of good times. As we go down, nice casual book sleeves up there. Big shout out to Book Besties UK. Completely underappreciated series, those three. Mini Star-Lord. And we go down again. There's my hardback Nevernight. I have to say Dark Dawn's out on loan at the moment. Hopefully this will come of use. My sister was meant to be getting married in March, but, you know, global pandemic, so that's not happening. And there's Harry Potter. There's musicals. There's all kinds of stuff there. Up on the top, it's my little collection of friends. This is a bit of everything. So we've got some kind of Harry Potter figures here that I think I got from the platform 9 3/4 shop at King's Cross. We've got Evan Hansen and Angelica Schuyler, which was from Fabby Dolls. And then amongst my Pop Funko collection, I have some more like over here. But what you can't see here is kind of, these are things that represent me, I like to think. So I have The Rock, because I'm a closet wrestling fan. Mary Poppins, because I am practically perfected in every way. Groot, because we all need to be more Groot. Hedwig, because I'm cute, precious and fluffy. Ursula, because I am a badass queen who doesn't take no shit from anybody. Fawkes, because I don't know, but Fawkes is really pretty. Daenerys is from when I did a book challenge club thing. It was a few months back, but we were teams based on Game of Thrones characters, and I was House Targaryen, and I loved it, so that was brilliant. And up there we've got Legend from the Caraval series. That was from I think it was the Fairy Loot exclusive Caraval box when they released Finale. Yes! So yes! My new, I'm going to see how far I can zoom this out, my new beautifully tidy bookshelves. I got more book post. So Purely Books is my book only subscription from Bookbox Club, so I'll open that in a minute. Waterstones. I think I know what that is, but I wonder. RuPaul's Drag Race made the best woman win. I'm so ready. I'm also so bonkers, and I don't even care. So guess who ordered a second copy of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes from Waterstones and completely forgot? Whoopsie! This is exactly the same as the copy I got yesterday, which ironically is just there underneath. But the other parcel I got, which was the May pick for Bookbox Club, is very exciting in that it is a hardback edition of Burn by Patrick Ness. Now, I have to say, normally there is a mix of paperback and hardback. But this is listed as kind of one of the girls who run it, it's their most anticipated release of the year. And if I show you inside, which is extra very exciting, it is signed by the man himself. Let's have a look. Nice red cover there. Nice. And then one thing Bookbox Club do every month is that you get a Clubhouse invite. So at some point in the future, it can vary the different times. This is your kind of access to get into an author chat. Now, I've been a big fan of Patrick Ness for a long time. I've read quite a few of his books. Monster Calls, still to this day, is one of the most stunning things I've ever read in my life. So I am actually really interested to get in this author chat, and I'm now certain I'm going to give this a go. So yeah, well done, Bookbox Club. Big win here. So you can probably see at a distance that out there is a huge pile of books. That's the books I've sorted out already. There is actually 2 boxes behind there. But I think I'm just really keen to try and, be focusing down on my reading. This is my next pile to do. This is actually my most recent pile, so I'm hoping a lot of these don't go. Just really focus down on what I want to read and what I don't. And those that I choose to say goodbye to for now will probably either go to my little sister, because she's now a reading addict, we'll go to work, or we'll definitely go down to some charity shops to support those. So yes, this is my next pile for this afternoon, and I'm hoping that I can have the Long Way Down audiobook on while I do this. So just a bit of an hour, bit of a blast. So yes, here we go then. Okay, now I've stood up, that's a little bit better. It's a start, at least. I've got this pile of books here. These are ones I can't decide whether I want to keep or not, so we might do a bit of a try-chapter tag with those. My next thing to kind of take on is my desk and dining area. Hi! So a lot of these are arcs, but at the back we've got a lot of hardback novels, so we're gonna, that's not for today, I'm tired today. But yeah, that's the next thing to do. Yay! Hi friends, it is a few hours later. I finished tidying. I found some more books to sort out. And then I decided to sit down and have a look at one of my 2 books that I was using for the short book, or the book that's under 250 pages. I started listening to the audiobook of Long Way Down by Jaysen Reynolds, which technically is 306. But hey, while I was tidying, and I decided to kind of finish that along with reading the book, this afternoon. I've just literally read it straight through, 306 pages. This is the cover, if you haven't seen it before. So basically what happens is you have our main character, it's novel in verse, and that's what the audio, in a little bit of a way, like I like listening to Elizabeth Acevedo's books on audio because she does it so well, and that's her kind of experience, and you get some energy from her. Exactly the same with Jaysen Reynolds. So I'm really glad I listened and read. It tells the story of Will, a young lad who lives on a really rough estate. He sees his brother Sean shot. There's allusions to kind of gang warfare, and when he goes back to his flat with his distraught mother, he finds his brother's gun, and he decides, because it's the rules, that he's going to have to go and kill the guy who killed his brother, apparently he knows exactly who that is. So the next morning he takes the gun and he goes to head down to go out and find this guy and kill him, and he takes the lift down because he lives on the 8th floor, or he lives on a high floor. But when he gets in the lift, strange things start to happen, in that every floor he goes down, someone new gets in the lift. But these people that get in the lift aren't necessarily real people. And it just is the most amazing discussion on gang violence, culture. I suppose in a way toxic masculinity, in that Will feels he has to do this because them's the rules. And he didn't make the rules, and his brother Sean didn't make the rules, and his dad didn't. They've been passed down for years and years and years and years and years. And it's a book, I've read a Jaysen Reynolds before, I think it's called For Everyone. That's like a little poetry book. It's kind of pink and got coloured stripes on the cover. But this is my kind of first fiction, my first prose Jaysen Reynolds that I've read. I'm literally still sitting here like, wow. I had chills when I finished it. I was like, oh, I could think of so many of my students that should read this. Or I'm not saying I've got gang violence where I work or anything like that, but I've got so many students that would actually benefit from listening to a different way of thinking. I think that's the best way I can kind of describe this book, and kind of the message that it gives, and the message that don't just go with what you're expected to go with because them's the rules, or because you're a lad and that was your brother and you've got to go and do it. There's lots of discussions of fatherhood as well. It's not a discussion, don't go and do it because you're told to. Think about what you're doing. Don't jump into these judgments because you have no idea the consequences that there could be. Really liked it. I put it as a 4 stars at the moment, just because really I am very much still processing the whole thing. Yes, it's going to stay as 4 stars for the moment. I'll let you know if that changes. But yeah, really loved it. What a powerful book. That's kind of, for me, that's up there with The Hate You Give. And that's probably one of the strongest statements I can give. Yeah. Wow. Just reminded me, actually, you know that other book, the short book I mentioned, All My Friends Are Superheroes? Here it is. It is by Andrew Kaufman. Very unusual front cover. Buy it, borrow it, steal it, but just make sure you read it. So let's have a look at the plot together. Like I said, it's about 85 pages. All Tom's friends really are superheroes. Tom even married a superhero, the Perfectionist. But at their wedding, the Perfectionist is hypnotised by her ex-hypno to believe that Tom is invisible. Nothing he does can make her see him. 6 months later, the Perfectionist is sure that Tom has abandoned her, so she's moving to Vancouver. She'll use her superpower to leave all the heartbreak behind. With no idea that Tom's beside her, she boards the plane. Tom has until they touch down to convince her he's there, or he loses her forever. A wonderful and heartbreakingly funny tribute to love. This just sounds so precious, and literally it is, if I can look at this without ruining anything, it's 108 pages. So I will see how I feel. I might get to this, I might not. And then I've also got the e-arc of Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which I really want to have a look at as well. So yeah, sounds really cute. Hope I get a chance to pick it up. Hi, yeah, it's Monday. Oopsie, alright. I didn't wake up till really late yesterday, and I was like, there's literally no point filming today. I probably should have filmed a little bit, I'm sorry. But yes, we are on to Monday, Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK. Memorial Day weekend in the States, the final day of Mini Contemporaryathon Weekend Edition. I did get a little bit of reading done yesterday, so I'll tell you about that in a little while. But it is lunchtime here. I'm just about to get myself some lunch. I started my, what will be my final book of the Contemporaryathon. I'm hoping to get it finished. I might not. I'll certainly get 3/4 of it read. I'm going to read some more this afternoon. Got some cleaning to do around the house. It is a gorgeously sunny day out. I am wearing my new Evan Hansen t-shirt that I got. Big up Risa Ruddle and her amazing designs. Go check her out. Yes. So let's see what we can get done. Final day of Contemporaryathon. Let's go. Okay, as far as the reading I did yesterday, I read a short book, and it was my second book for the challenge to read something under 250 pages, and it is All My Friends Are Superheroes by Andrew Kaufman. A very sweet story. I think it was literally 102 pages. But essentially you've got kind of a guy, Tom, who's married to a superhero, the Perfectionist, and due to the actions of a super villain, Hypno, who can hypnotise people, who is also the Perfectionist's ex, on their wedding day, the Perfectionist is cursed to not be able to see her new husband, Tom. Everyone else can see him, it's just her who can't see him. And basically, kind of after months and months of trying to make her see him, she has decided to kind of up and forget all of the kind of drama and the kind of the sadness that Tom not being there has brought her, and is upping and moving to Vancouver of all places. And basically, if Tom can't get the Perfectionist to see him before they land in Vancouver, he will lose her forever. It's a very sweet story. It's the idea of it's a little tribute to love. The idea of, people may think, certain things make other people kind of special, like a superpower or something, but actually normality is just as special, which I really liked. Very sweet. Read it in less than an hour. I gave it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it, yes. It was a good read, yes. Would I want to read it again? No, I don't think so. But that's just me. Anyway, that was yesterday. I did try and start my last book last night, but my e-arc of it was playing up. So today, if I can just get rid of this message from my friend, today I have started my e-arc of Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the companion novel to the first book I read for Mini Contemporaryathon, which was Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I read that 2 days ago. What is my brain doing today? Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And it follows Chloe's sister, Danica. I'm 5 chapters in. I'm happy to report that I think Danica has got a much filthier mind than her sister Chloe. It's going to be filthy as fuck. But what we seem to have here is that Danica is a junior teacher at a kind of college university setting, and flirts outrageously with the security guard in the building where she teaches, Zaf. There has just been an incident where there is a fire alarm, a fire drill. Danny gets trapped in the elevator and Zaf has to rescue her and carries her out proper, out of a fire, kind of very much groom carrying a bride over the threshold on their wedding day kind of vibe. And she's in love. She just wants some no strings shenanigans, as she keeps calling it. But what she doesn't realise is that a video of Zaf carrying her out of this place goes viral. They have Dr. Rugby, and what she finds out, which she didn't know before, is that Zaf actually is an ex-rugby player, and a very, very good rugby player at that. And she's like, well, that explains why he talks about rugby so much. And basically she's just gone round to see Chloe from the first book, and the other sister Eve, who by the looks of it, there will be a third book about Eve, so there will be a third kind of Brown sister book. And they're just like, are you marrying this man? Are you sleeping with this man? Are you getting under this man? And it's just fabulous. I would say you could read Take a Hint, Danny Brown. From what I've judged it so far, like I said, I'm 4 or 5 chapters in. You could read Take a Hint, Danny Brown on its own, but it would ruin some of the things that happen in Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So you should probably, I'd read them in order, but yeah, if you read Danny Brown, be prepared, it's going to spoil some things from Chloe Brown. Does that make sense? No, probably not. I apologise. I've done some more tidying this afternoon. I'm going to do some more reading. Yeah. I'll check in when I've read some more. Bye! So, but like I said, I've been tidying. This is my current piles that I have sorted out. All these ones down here are to go. Yeah, little bit at a time. Was it slow and steady wins the race? That's the one. Another thing I wanted to share, that during lockdown time, your girl has discovered TikTok. No, I am not on TikTok. I am a watcher of TikTok from a distance. Excuse me, messages coming through. And I wanted to show you two particular bookish TikToks that I've been really enjoying.
It's gonna rain all day? Now all my plans are ruined. Oh no, it looks like it's gonna rain all day. Guess all those plans I had to go out will need to be cancelled.
This is Jaysen Headley. He is on, if I can zoom this in a bit, I'll show you. He is on TikTok at EasyCat. He's got a fabulous one. He does book reviews. He does random bookies. Loveliness. Where's that one I was reading earlier?
Hey guys, I just wanted...
Oh, no one. It's like how I feel about reading a million books at once. If you read all those books at once, I envy you, because I can't do that. And I want to hopefully see... Oh, this guy's also amazing. Austin Farrell. He does this down his street in London. Get it, Queen! And this is Reading with Amy. Let me show you Reading with Amy. She's also on Bookstagram, I believe with the same handle, who is also super fabulous.
The council has made a decision, but given that it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
Director Fury, the council has made a decision.
I recognize the council has made a decision, but given that it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
I love her. I love her sense of humour. Let me see if I can find you another one.
This is super random, and I don't know if anyone else does this, but I attach a lot of memories to certain objects. So here are books that I've read and memories I have attached to them. This is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I bought this book the day before my twin nephews were born, and I had it with me when we were at the hospital. I didn't read it while we were there, but I had it in my bag with me. So same deal here with Simon versus. Empire of Storms came out the week my first niece was born. I still haven't read this book, but I just attached that memory with it. Kind of the same thing here. Six of Crows, I was listening to this audiobook while I was driving up when my second niece was born. Hollow City by Ransom. This was what I was currently listening to at the time when I failed my driver's test, and I was very sad that I failed it, so I went to the store and I bought myself a physical copy of it. This is the most random of all, but City of Glass, I was
She's
at
a
my
big
family's
Shadowhunter
cottage,
fan.
and I was reading this book, and a spider crawled across the page, and I screamed so loud that it woke my aunt up, so really random. So this is super...
Yeah, Amy's great. Please go and show her some love, as well as Jaden as well.
You're guessing that I'm reading sequels, and I did read a sequel as my first book. I had no intention.
We love you, Lala.
More sequels.
Okay, so a little bit of an update. I've read a little bit more. It seems like we're going down the fake dating kind of idea that Danny and Zaf kind of want to keep up this Dr. Rugbay, that this kind of viral thing they've been going. Kind of to ease for both their sakes. You can see where this is going to go. A bit like Chloe and Red in the first one. You can see where it's going to go, but it's so sassy. It's so funny. I think I might like Danny even more than I like Chloe, which is just amazing. I've just had a break. I've just had some dinner. We are watching... I guess I could show you this, can't I? Hang on a minute. I've become a little bit obsessed with the new She-Ra series on Netflix, and it's amazing. I'm near the end of series 1. I know series 5 has just premiered. And all my friends are on my timeline going, look at season 5, and I'm going, don't look at season 5, I'm only on series 1. So then I'm going to do a bit more reading before we go to bed, so I'll check in with you in a little while, folks. Hello everybody, welcome to the end of this reading vlog. I hope you have enjoyed my extremely boring life over the past 4 days, but have enjoyed all the reading that's gone on. I managed to get 3 complete books read in total. So the first one I read was Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert, which I loved and gave 5 stars. I then read Long Way Down by Jaysen Reynolds, which, that book, which at the moment I'm sitting at 4.5 stars. I can see it going to 5 stars, but though by the time I do my full review. And then I read All Our Friends Are Superheroes by Andrew Kaufman, which is sitting at 3.5 stars. I have started Take a Hint, Danny Brown, by Talia Hibbert, which is an e-arc and is going to be out at the end of June. Today I'm also starting a buddy read with my dear friend Carrie from Wheelie Stagey, which is going to be A Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdy. We both got it in different subscription boxes, so we were like, yeah, let's buddy read, why not? She started it this morning, now I'm going to start it today, and then who knows what the rest of this week's going to bring. Thank you, as always, to the Queen Elites, that are Chelsea, Julie and Natasha, for bringing us together in this wonderful weekend of reading goodness. I hope you have enjoyed this blog. I better go and get this thing edited, because it's got to go up tomorrow. This has been Stagey Bookish. My name has been Olivia. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you awesome folks on the next video. Bye!